funny things, I don't mean this to be offensive, but one of the funny things is when Bill Tucker, our head coach at Georgia, our head coach in Colorado, he was the DC at Georgia, he would come in the afternoon, we'd have meetings with the defense in the afternoon, and he walked in first day of fall camp and said, "Good afternoon." You know, there was still a little conversation. Okay, and then he said, "Does anyone know what good afternoon means?" And then no one said anything. He said, "Please shut the fuck up." All right, so he would come into meetings and he said, "Good afternoon," and then go quiet. So, good morning. Yeah. All right. I don't need that. All right, so we're talking pass rush, all right, and coaching outside linebackers at Colorado. Okay, pass rush is a big element of what we do, rushing off the edge. Okay, and the first thing about pass rush in my mind is that you have to change your mentality. Okay, you have to change your mentality. We call on first and second down, we call it base mode. Okay, base mode. Okay, if you're in the weight room and you're doing a squat, you got power base. All right, you got power base. I got a saying that narrow is for speed, wide is for power. Okay, because you wouldn't squat like this. Okay, you wouldn't squat like that, and you wouldn't run 40 like this. Okay, so you got to change. You got to change. All right, so we call it base mode on first, second down. On third down, we call it jet mode. All right, jet mode. Okay, so boom, there's a jet. All right, there's a jet. Okay, all right, what jet mode is third down. Okay, first, second down, I'm going to key the man. Okay, because I'm playing run and I'm playing his block. On third down, I want to start keying the ball. All right, we key what we call the back tip of the ball. All right, the back tip of the ball is our key. Okay, we're built for speed. We want to take off. We want to take off that aircraft carrier. All right, fast. Okay. All right, so when we talk about jet mode, okay, it starts with our stance. All right, so if wide is for power and narrow is for speed, all right, I'm going to get more narrow with my stance. Okay, I'm going to have my outside foot back, my inside foot up. I want to have a long stance because the shorter my stance is, the wider my stance is, I'm taking a short step. All right, the longer my stance is, now I'm taking as big of a step as I can. Okay, I want to be loaded up on that front foot. Okay, we do a really big, we make a big emphasis about this early in the week. Okay, quarterback mannerisms. All right, what that means is that quarterback has something that he does. Right, he touches his towel. Right, he goes like this. Right, he clap. All right, the center. All right, might go like this and then pop up. Okay, we're going to study that going into every game. Okay, and the DBs are studying that because the DBs are standing back there trying to disguise based on the quarterback. Okay, and then we're trying to study that as pass rushers because any sort of indication that I can have to get off as fast as I can, I want. All right, so we're gonna, we use words like load up. All right, we're gonna load up that front foot. We're gonna put that weight on that front foot. All right, we're gonna trigger off the ball like a gun. All right, a trigger. Okay. And then we talk about jet split. Okay, what jet split is. Okay, and I'm gonna show this right here. This is a jet split. Okay, so you're a track star. Okay, you're in the blocks. All right, you want to try and gain as much ground on that first step as you can. Okay, you want to try and gain as much ground on that first step as you can. Okay, just going back on this last slide. Okay, the last point on here at the bottom. Okay, how can I stress the offensive tackle with my get off? Okay, and with my stance and with my demeanor. Okay, because look, that dude right there, Leonard Floyd, is a lot better athlete than any offensive tackle that he goes against. Okay, and he needs to stress that guy. Okay, one of the interesting things when I was at Georgia, okay, we had Jason Taylor. Okay, we had Jason Taylor come by and talk to the outside linebackers. You guys know Jason Taylor? Okay. He's got the bald head, good looking pass rusher, right? All right, but he's a Hall of Famer, right? He's got like 150 sacks. Okay, and I asked him one-on-one, I said, what was your philosophy kind of going into the game and rushing the passer? And he said, I would start with get off. I'd get off the ball as hard as I could. Okay, because offensive tackles, okay, are taught technique, all right, to stay square and be like this and have good technique, like we saw Coach Blasey talk about yesterday, okay? Well, what ends up happening is you start getting off, this foot is supposed to be square. All right, he would key this foot, and when that foot started to turn, he knew that he got him psychologically. He knew that he broke down that tackle's technique because he was stressing him. When you start breaking down their technique and they become non-technique, they're not doing what they're coached. So how quick can I stretch that tackle? Yeah, that's a jet split. I do a lot of NFL study. Looking at Von Miller, he's one of the best to get off. Okay, now when we get off, okay, in jet mode. Okay, looking at Von Miller. Okay, so he's long with his stance. All right, and I'm in jet mode. Okay, we call it jet lean. All right, so what do you got? You got jet mode. All right, you got jet lean. You got jet split. Okay, so these are words that we talk about. The jet lean, what jet lean is, okay, you guys are in your car. All right, you're at a stoplight. Okay, you got your foot on the brake. Okay, you take your foot off the brake, what does the car start to do? Lean, lean, right, it starts to lean. Okay, bodies that start in motion, okay, can start faster. Okay, can that offensive tackle move in a stance? No. What happens if he moves? False start. Right? Can Von Miller move before the snap? Yeah, he can, right? So Von Miller's in a jet lean. All right, so he's got his weight right here. It's a lower body movement. Everyone watch right here. Right here. Right here. Right here, right? He's keying that ball, right? Right here. I'm lowering it up. All right, so I can gain as much ground on that first step as I can. All right, so not everyone in the NFL does this. We'll watch Von Miller right here. All right, on the right. Now what's he start to do? Jet lean, jet lean, jet lean, go. Okay, if you're in a three-point stance. Yo.
Why is it always have outside foot back?
Well, he likes rushing with the outside foot back because I'll get into his steps and things like that. Okay, the main thing that we want to see here is the jet lean. Okay, now, if you're like in a three-point stance, or really I like it like a four-point stance. I'm still going to get long right here with my stance and get narrow. I don't know, put my hands down, but when I jet lean in a four-point stance, or three-point stance, I'm just gonna I'm gonna crouch down like this. You're like a cat. You're like a puma. All right, that guy's going like this and he's pouncing. Okay, so that's the concept. Okay, but you see him jet lean, I'm just looking at the get-offs right here. Look at Von Miller. Okay, you see him right there? All right, so he starts to load up. Watch him right there, okay? You see that lower body movement, right? He's keying that back tip of the ball, right? He's probably looking at that center. That center is doing that little head bob, okay? So he's got a great pre-snap indicator, okay? Quarterback mannerisms, okay? And he's jumping off the ball. All right, so that starts with get up. All right, now pass rush principles, okay? The closer you are to the ball, if you're playing nose tackle, okay, that ball gets snapped, the center's hands are right on it, right now. Okay, you're playing nose tackle, okay? If now this is the guard, okay, and I'm playing three technique, I was at Arizona State with Will Sutton. He was a great three technique pass rusher, okay? He's got about 2 steps, until that guard's hands are on you, okay? So he would go like this. He'd have his inside hand down, and he'd go 1, 2, okay? And then he would hit right here. This guy was set, and he clubbed the dude. That was his pass rush. That's what he made. He got drafted by the Bears on that. Okay. So now you're an edge rusher. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the further you are away from the ball, all right, the more time you have that hands are on you. Okay. Because you have to, in pass rush, you have to beat the hands. Hand-to-hand combat. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So all right. You know, you guys know the 10 Commandments, right? You guys know the 10 Commandments? It's okay. No, it's fine. All right. So, you got to know in like religion or whatever, like you got the 10 Commandments, okay? Well, these are the pass rush commandments. and they're daily. All right, number one, always have a plan. I always have a plan. All right, and we'll talk about how we emphasize that, because a lot of people say they have a plan, but they don't really have a plan. All right, you have to ask your guy, what's your plan? Because you can't just go out there and wing it. I'll go into that a little bit more. All right, as edge rushers, all right, we talk about 3 and bend. All right, I'm an outside linebacker. Okay, I'm coaching an outside linebacker. Okay, we got our inside foot up, we got a long stance. All right, you guys know offense. All right, how many steps is a slant? How many steps is a slant? 3-step slant. 3-step slant. All right, this is how a slant works. All right, 1, 2, 3. Right, you stick, right? Well, if I'm going that way, right, and I'm pass rushing, why wouldn't I run a 3-step slant? So I jet lean, jet split, boom, 1, 2, 3, 3 and back. All right, 3 and back. All right, PTP, protect the pec. All right, if you allow them to grab you, they will grab you. All right, offensive linemen will grab you. All right, what protect the pec means is that I want to protect my outside pec. And we'll see Khalil Mack do that. All right, violent shoulders. Okay, a lot of people coach hips. A lot of people coach hips. Okay, I've kind of moved away from that, and I've learned from some pretty good people. Okay, you coach hips, you flip your hips, boom. I flip my hips, but what happened with my feet? Okay, like you throw your feet out of it when you flip your hips. Okay, what we teach, okay, is when you go 3 and bend, 1, 2, 3. We come with violent shoulders because your upper body torque, okay, is going to take your hips. Okay, so we want to come violent shoulders, boom. Okay, and now we're running. Okay, now we're running. So we talk shoulders instead of hips. All right, loaded weapons are our hands. All right, our hands are weapons. Okay, we talk about foot through. All right, I want to always try and clear that tackle, and we'll show all these clips. All right, all edge moves. All right, they want to end with a dip. I want to get underneath that pad. All right, we never want to rush past the quarterback. If you rush past the quarterback, what can he do? He steps up. Okay, he can scramble. You're giving him a throwing lane. We want to press the pocket. Okay, and then always finish within race distance. Our Martin Hanselman walked by this morning with the ball like this, right? I was about ready to chop that shit out. Okay. All right, so you guys know these guys? That's Floyd Mayweather and that's Pacquiao, right? Okay. I'm not a huge boxing fan. All right, but you think these guys go into the ring not knowing what type of boxer the other guy is? They probably don't, right? They've probably trained, right? They've probably watched the tape, right? They know, hey, is he a southpaw? Is he going with his left hand, right? Is he a big hook? Is he going to try and set you up with the body? Okay, what's he going to do, right? Well, that's a one-on-one. That's a one-on-one. All right, one dude versus another dude, right? So the same thing with pass rush. We got one-on-one. All right, so this is what I did when I was at Memphis. All right, you got this dude right here, Aaron Evans, number 66, okay, 6'5", 315, but I would present this to outside backers, okay, and I would, we would have some tape behind this, okay, so in the U.S. we got PFF. You guys know what PFF is? Pro Football Focus. Okay, you guys might see them on Twitter and stuff. Okay, well, like, at big colleges, you could purchase PFF, and they have it broken down. Like you could look at all a team's sacks against them, or all a team hurries against them, or all a team's quarterback hits. Okay, so I'd look at UCF, Central Florida. Okay, and I pull up all their games and I filter out. Okay, anytime the quarterback got pressured, hit, or sacked. Okay. And then I would watch number 66, and I would try and find deficiencies where, what is his pass set? What does he do? We break down pass set on an offensive tackle in 3 ways. We break down hands, hands, because we have to beat the hands. We break down his set, how deep he sets, or does he jump set? Okay. And then we break down his body. Okay. Does he turn? Okay. Does he lean? Does he have a base? All right, what is his MO? Okay. So, and then I would show, okay, we'd show a couple clips, and then I would say, all right, rush spots. All right, so there's guys in the room that they got a tool belt. All right, they got pass rush moves that they like. They got pass rush moves that they're good at. All right, and then, you know, we would talk about it. All right, we would say, hey, this is good. Counter 2 is good. A chop spin is good versus a guy that turns and that has wide hands. Well, look at his hands. He has low and wide hands and he turns. Okay, so it was sort of a checklist. Now you have to, and we're going to go through these pass rush moves, and I'm going to talk about which one works with which. Right. So, all right, that's Batman slapping his lady. Okay. All right, it's 5. All right, right? It's 5. Okay, we call it a 2 in America. Okay. A 2, okay, is a open palm, all right, violent swat at the elbow region, okay? But it's easier to say 2 on the practice field than a open palm, violent swat at the elbow region, okay? So we say 2, okay? So, why the elbow? Okay, why the elbow? All right, elbows bend one way. All right, elbows bend one way. All right, so if you want to really hit a sweet spot on a dude, you hit him in the elbow. Okay, so what we're working with the 2 and what we're going to see on tape here. We're going 1, 2, 3. And on that 3rd step, I'm coming violent shoulders, and I want to come tight with it. And right at the elbow, I'm coming now. My foot turn, and I'm running through. Okay, and I'm running through. That's a 2. We'll watch it right here. Okay, so we're looking 58 over here. Okay, so when he comes with this 2, right, boom, right on the elbow region. Okay, there's really not a lot to this pass rush move. It's just a strict 2. Okay, he's coming on the elbow region. The one thing that you're seeing is the shoulder turn. Okay, you can start seeing his numbers on the back of his jersey. Okay, you see that 5 right there, right? The more violent the shoulder turn, all right, the better, right? So when he comes right here, okay, and he gets all the way like this, okay, you can see my back shoulders. Okay, that's how violent you want to come with the shoulders. All right, violent. All right, that's the word. All right, this is at Georgia. Okay, we're looking at 17 on that side. Okay, he's going to work it 2. Okay, you see the violent shoulders, violence in the shoulders, right? And he's trying to get that outside elbow. Okay, violent shoulders, all edge moves end with the dip. Okay, even if he takes that down a little bit more, right? You come with the 2. What do you want to follow it up with? You want to try and take it down with the dip. All right, now, all right, this is baseball. Okay, baseball in America. We call this scissors. All right, scissors. All right. It's like we're swinging a baseball bat. Okay, so if I'm swinging a baseball bat, boom, boom, upper body torque. Okay, so I'm gonna get like this with my hands. All right, everyone do it. We're interacting. Can we do it? All right, everyone do it. Okay. All right, so we're like this. Okay, and I want to try and create as much surface as I can. So a 2 is a 1 hand. All right, scissors is right here. Now this is when scissors works. Okay, 2s work versus guys where their hands are wide. Okay, their hands are wide. Scissors works for those guards that are like this. All right, like this, right? Because can you really get an elbow, right? Coach Blasi talking about those linemen, right? Where the elbows are like this, right? You can't see this. Okay, so they're tight hands, right? Those guards in there, they're like this. Okay, so if I'm long sticking inside, okay, and I'm moving lateral, right, and I got a guard that has tight hands, boom, I'm working a 2. I'm sorry, scissors. Okay, so watching scissors. All right, looking at 54 down here. Okay, he's working a little bit of a stutter on this guy too, which we'll talk about, but you see his 2 hands right there. Okay, this tackle has a little bit tighter hands, right, so he's got tight hands, so he's just swiping at the hand. And you obviously see the burst out of it. Okay. Looking down here on the right. Okay. Okay, you see the violent shoulders, right? Still the violent shoulder turn. Okay, he's in a, watch him right here. Okay, his outside foot's up because he's in a 4-point stance. Okay, but he's going 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, why is it 4 with the other foot up? So you got to take one more, right? But where's the pass rush move coming? On the outside foot, right? So it's muscle memory. So if you understand, hey, if I'm an inside foot up and I'm getting off, it's going to be on that third step. If I'm a Von Miller outside foot up or my hands down like this guy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that's where he's breaking, okay? The violent shoulders come on that, okay? He's violent scissors, okay? And he's stepping through. Watch where his next foot comes. He's just running. It's body mechanics. He's just running. Okay, looking at, I believe, that side. Okay, and so you see both hands right there. Okay. So, you guys think that's something? All right, now, you guys know who this is? You guys know who this is? Khalil Mack. All right, Khalil Mack, all right? Anyone know how tall Khalil Mack is? Anyone know? Probably in meters, right? All right, well, he's about like 6'2", all right? He's about like 6'2", okay? Like the ideal body length for like an outside linebacker, like the ideal body length is like 6'5", okay? So he's shorter than the ideal outside linebacker. Okay, Eric Fisher, this guy he's going against, offensive tackle, you know how tall he is? About 6'8". Okay, he's tall, right? He's long, right? So, but what does Khalil Mack have on him right here? He's got leverage, right? He's got power. He's got, I look at this right here. Okay, look at this. Okay, if you want to see power, all right? Power is a straight line. All right, power is a straight line. Okay, power is not a curved line. All right, power is a straight line. All right, he's got a straight line of power, all right, through the dude. Okay, and he does it by having a long. Okay, this is a long arm. Okay, now when we work a long, okay, we already talked about it in the pass rush commandments. It's protect the pec. All right, can Eric Fisher touch his 5? No, right? That outside pec's got to stay clean. All right, so if that's a sideline right there and I'm protecting the pec, all right, boom, I put it in there, right? I'm protecting this outside hand. So this is a power move. Where people mess up, okay, is you think power rush has got to be this. All right, you're going to bowl a guy and you're going to run right through him, right? You're going to run right through him. I see guys headbutt guys all the time. Just headbutt. Right? But if you're running right through him, can he block you? Yeah, he can, right? And because he's bigger than Khalil Mack, what's he going to do? He's just going to grab him. Okay, and he's going to lock on, right? Well, you can't give him an opportunity to lock on. Okay, all right, so longs, all right, longs. This is when longs, all right, apply. This is when this stuff starts to work. Okay, longs work, okay, when you break down the tackle's technique. All right, how's that tackle supposed to sit? Square, right? He's supposed to be technically sound, right? Well, what did I tell you about Jason Taylor? What would he look for? The foot, right? When that foot starts to cock, right? He knew that he broke down his technique. All right, so when guys get scared of speed, they're going to kick like this. They're going to kick like this. And if that's the sideline, where do their pads go? They turn. All right, they turn. Right? How are they supposed to look? They're supposed to look like this. They're supposed to not turn. Right? They turn. All right. Let's stand up real quick. Okay. So. Okay. So when he starts to turn like this, okay, and I'm running speed, okay, and he's getting back there fast, right? I'm gonna plant this outside foot, third step, okay? I'm gonna take this inside hand, I'm gonna stab the inside pec. Okay, inside pec. Okay, not here, here, okay? Jason Taylor would just say like he grabbed the shit, like So he gets right in his pad right here. You're gonna see guys, right, that, where's the momentum going? What happened with his feet? All right, they went like this, okay, because he's moving that way. Thank you. All right, so you'll see it right here. All right, watching 91, all right, on the left, okay? Is that tackle's pads turned to the sideline? Yes, right? And he doesn't do a great job. He kind of goes into it too. But what does he get to? Protect the pad, right? And he's got to round that inside pad, right? And he's just humping them back. He's just running them back. All right, from leverage. Okay, there's some freaky ones on here. Okay? All right, looking over here. Okay, this guy is nervous about the games. Okay, this tackle. Okay, because it's third down, you see the 3 technique inside? Okay, he's what? He's really wide. He's really wide. Okay, so this tackle and this guard right here are like, hey, watch the switch. Okay, and guess what? When Coach Blazik, who's not here right now, and I don't need to talk down on him, okay, but those linemen moving to those drills, okay, that's easy. All right, they're like going like this. And they're going like, you know, okay, well, hey, when we freaking get off on the ball and you get speed, all right, good luck passing that off now, because right here, okay, right here, watch this tackle, right? He's thinking, okay, I gotta post this guy. If this guy comes out, I gotta take him, okay? Then he's like, oh shit, this guy's about to run right by me. So what does he do with his pads? Open them, okay? And where does 97 hit him? In that inside pad. Right? Off that outside foot. Watch that outside foot. Boom. Right? Is that a straight line of power? That's a straight line of power, right? So he's going to stab that inside pad, right? You see that guy start to fall. Okay? Because you broke down his technique. Alright, I think we're watching. So Khalil Mack, right? Khalil Mack. 1, 2. Really on that outside foot is when he really gains that power. Okay, but you see, he's protecting the pad. He's running. Okay, he's got that inside pad. These are all examples of longs. All right, watching over here. Okay, this 41, not a great player. Okay, but even the not great players, all right, if that tackle's pads turn, which I bet a lot of you guys in Germany do, okay, this could be a good technique. All right, because is that good technique from that tackle? Is that good technique from that tackle? No, right? So, hey, new offensive linemen, they do this shit all the time. They do this shit all the time. They turn their pad. All right, so get off as fast as you can. All right, stab that inside pad. All right, lift and run. All right, protect the pad. All right. All right, this is long punch. All right, so now we're working the long. Okay, we're gonna punch over. We're gonna punch over. So it's kind of staying in the same family here. Okay, we're looking at this guy over here. Now, does he have the same jet lean that Von Miller had? No, right? He doesn't, right? So what makes Von Miller a great pass rusher and a great get up? Jet lean. Right, jet lean, right? He knows it. Now you guys know it. Okay? All right, but this guy right here, okay? He's stabbing that inside pad, right? And he's now punching over with that outside hand. All right, so he's stabbing. Once he gets to the level of quarterback, he can see the quarterback. All right, he's gonna punch over. All right, he's gonna punch over. All right, that guy throwing a shot put's on there because when we put that long in there, it's almost like there's no shot put, right? I didn't do shot put. But what a shot put guy does, right, is like he like throws that thing, right? He throws it from here. Okay, that's how you want to throw that long. All right, so looking right here, okay. All right, so you see him just having the power. Okay, on that inside pack, and then he's countering. All right, this is probably the best long punch. All right, looking at 17 right here. Okay, 74 does his pads turn to the sideline? Yeah, they do, right? So he's stabbing where? That inside pack. Okay, he's gonna lift them, right, and he's gonna punch over. That's a long punch. All right, everyone see that? Looking at 17. Okay, and really, it's technique. Guys, it's technique. It's not random. It's technique. Right? So this guy's getting a sack based on technique. Alright. Long punch, long punch, long punch. Alright, right there, 97. Right? So what does 97 do? What happens when he's working this move? Okay, what does he realize Aaron Rodgers does? He steps up, right? He steps up. So this is what we call level rush. All right, if you are running by the quarterback, you're wrong. Okay? Once you get to the level of quarterback, and I start getting past the level of quarterback, now I need to punch off and I need to counter. Okay? Because this is what a lot of newbies do too, because a lot of young players do, is they just want to go speed, 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 and they run like 15 yards back there. Okay? Well, that does nothing for you. Okay? A lot of sacks in the NFL are level rush sacks. Second level sacks. Looking at this dude over here, playing a 3-4 defense coming off the edge, right? That's that long punch, right? He's got the inside peg, he's stabbing there, he's punching over. All right, now, that's Lawrence Taylor, okay? How much different do tackles look now? No wonder he was like the greatest going against that dude. Okay? All right, but hey, now what we're working is a long two. All right, long two. Okay, so we talked about a two. What's a two? It's an open palm, violent swats at what? The elbow, right? So now, okay, if you just work a two, it's not like the tackle's probably not going to just give you his hands. All right, what they're taught as tackles is they're taught to kind of hold their hands and wait for the point, right? They're not like this, okay? So what a long does, okay, is you put in a long, okay, you put in a long, all right, that serves like a button. It's like you press like the button, all right? You're like, hey, give me your hands, okay, give me your hands, right? Because you come with this long, right? Now he's thinking he's got a brace, right? Well, hey, you go right here, boom, now I'm working speed. All right, so long two, all right? I compare it, like this isn't like a two, okay? It's like a boxer, right? They're gonna do what? They're gonna jab, they're gonna jab, they're gonna jab hook, right? That's what they're doing. Okay, it's a jab hook. All right, long two. All right, this one like really excites me. It's like one of my favorite clips. Look at Clay Matthews. All right, now does he have the same jet length? No, he doesn't, right? We call this in football, we call this a false step. Right? He's wasting movement, right? So this could even be a lot better because if he's really loaded off that front foot and he's having this lower body movement right here and running off that front foot, he can't false step. Okay? Well, watch him put this long in, right? Okay, watch. 1, 2, 3. Off that third step, that's when his shoulders are turning. Okay? So he flashes along. Okay? That shoots 75's hands. Okay? Do you see his 5'2"? You do, right? So does he have violent shoulders? He does, right? He has super violent shoulders, okay? And he doesn't stop his feet. He just keeps running. All right, so when he sticks his right foot, he goes 3 and bend, what's the next foot? You guys know how to walk, right? What's the next foot? Left foot. What's the next foot? Right foot, right? What happens when you flip your hips? You just totally restart. Now you gotta get your feet again, right? So you just run. You run. Long two. Okay, looking over here on 79, right? He puts the long in, right? Then what comes? The hands, right? It's coming with a 2. You finish with a dip. All right, Julius Peppers. All right, 56. On the left, just retired, 17 years in the NFL, playing DN. All right, one of the all-time sack leaders. What's he working? A long 2. Okay. Why do you put the long in there? To get what? The hands, right? To get the aiming point, right? Then he hit the sweet spot. Okay. And he didn't really come. I mean, you want to come hard, right? But he didn't get all of it. He just got enough. All right, looking at Thema Ali, okay? All right, long. You guys see the long? All right, he's putting the long in there. Right, now he's coming with the 2. Now he's coming with the 2. Every edge move wants to end with what? A dip, a dip, a dip rip, right? Because once you beat that guy's hands, all right, what's he doing? He's saying, oh shit. All right, he's saying, oh shit. That tackle right there is like, I don't got it, right? So what is he going to try and do? He's going to try and run you by. He's going to try and replace hands. Well, once you work that move, right, and then you did it, all right, well, now you just vanish, right, and he can't touch you. Okay. It also, you want to think about it like if you're like if you got a German engineering car, right, you got a Mercedes, okay, and that thing's turning that corner, right, you want to like bend that shit tight. Like you want to bend it tight, right? And so that dip is always going to help on edge moves. All right. So this is long. This is now long dip. Okay. So that's progression. All right. Progression. Okay. 2. All right. Wide hands. Right. Scissors. Tight hands. Can't get in there. Okay. Long. Okay. A guy that turns. Because you got that inside pec, okay? Long 2, okay? Or actually long punch. We talked about long punch, top and over, right? Long 2. Now you've hit that long a couple times, so you flash it, boom, boom, okay? All right, now we're working long dip, okay? So this is a progression, okay? Long dip. I'm gonna flash that long, all right? He's gonna throw his hands, stand up real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna flash this long, right? He's gonna throw his hands, okay? And I'm just gonna dip, and then he's gonna turn, okay? And I'm gonna just kind of rip and hook this arm, okay? And you'll see it on tape. So it's just like, you'll see guys, it's like really simple. It's just boom, 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 boom. Okay, flash along, I can dip and hook. I can dip and hook. Okay, so looking at Julius Peppers again, right? You see him flash along, right? And then what does he do? He just dips and hooks. All right, that's a long, dip, long dip. All right, really effective move. J.J. Watt. Okay, you think that tackle is afraid of J.J. Watt's power and his long, right? Watch him now, right? He just flashes along, okay? And then works the dip, and he hooks that outside arm. Okay, that's long dip. All right, Jared Allen. Okay, Jared Allen. Okay, long dip. All right, long dip. Okay, so it's like, hey, you're going in for the power, boom. You just dip. All right, you hook that outside shoulder. Okay, set. All right, set. I think we're looking at over here. Okay, so watch it right here. Just flashes it, boom. All right, dip. All right, long, dip, hook. You guys see it? You guys have any questions? You guys good? You learning something? So this is basketball, right? Okay, so. Basketball. What do point guards do? Or you say I got ISO. ISO. All right, get out of the way. Me versus this guy, right? Okay. So you got this one-on-one situation, right? What do all basketball players do? They cross over, right? Right. So they're driving the rim, right? They're going to cross over. Okay. All right. So this is counter moves. All right, these are counter moves. All right. We got counter 2. What's a 2? It's a violent swat. Open palm swat in the elbow region, right? It's a violent 2. Okay, and we got scissors. Right? When do I work in 2? When do I work scissors? Yeah, based on their hands, right? Based on their hands. Okay, so a counter scissors or a counter 2, I'm gonna set that guy upfield. He might overset me. I probably know pre-snap that this guy oversets. because it's breaking down. You got to know who you're going against, right? This guy's going to overset me at some point. All right, so he oversets you. Right now, I'm coming inside. So hey, I'm flashing out here. Now I'm coming inside. All right, violent 2 and dip. All right, violent 2 or dip. We could also work scissors. All right, so you're working right here, boom. Okay, like you're driving the rim. Right now, violent scissors. Okay, violent scissors. All right, still the same shoulders. All right, and loaded weapon. All right, so looking at 11 over there. Okay, this guy was like the counter master. Okay, he wasn't even supposed to go inside on this one. Okay, but he went inside. Right. You see how he sets him up outside. Right. He's oversetting them. Okay, and so it's just like him. He's driving the rim. Boom, boom. Okay, and what does he work? A 2 or a scissors? 2. All right, he works at 2. All right, pretty simple concept. All right, you guys know this movie? What's this movie? Billy Madison. Billy Madison, right? What's this scene right here? What does he say?
Today.
Yeah, today, Junior. Right? All right. So stutter. All right, stutter. Okay. All right, stutter. Okay, what stutter does, okay, we saw one earlier on tape when we watched scissors. All right, stutter. Okay, all right, now I'm going to talk about something else right here. All right, so if I'm pass rushing and I'm pointing straight upfield, okay, where does the tackle know I'm going? That way, right, that way. Okay, well, we want to teach with our stance, right? We already talked about being long and jet lean and all that, okay, but with our alignment, you want to be wide, but you want to have a little bit of tilt, okay? So if this is where the tackle starts, okay, that's where he starts, all right, about 3 yards back, okay, it's what we call the fight line, okay? So if that's like where he starts, right, there's a point that's imaginary because he started there, right? There's a point where he's going to get to, right? And let's just face it. He's not going to just let you run right by. So you got to beat him at that point. You got to try and beat him to that point. If you beat him to that point, you got the edge, you got the speed, right? But what happens when you go like this, okay, is that number one, you're not running to the point. Okay, number 2, he knows that you're going outside. Okay, so what we want to try and do is we want to try and line up just a little bit wider and have some tilt in our stance, right? So I'm right here and I'm still jet leaning, but have a little bit of tilt, because think about this too. If I'm turning the quarterback, you guys know what kind of angle this is? A square turn? That's what, 90 degrees? Yes. That's 90 degrees. Okay, so if I shave a little bit of that off with some tilt, all right, now this is like this, right? It's not a square turn, right? It's like this. Right, it's easier. Okay, it also, okay, when I'm running this line, does he know where I'm going? I might be going inside. Right, I might be going inside. So there's indecisiveness. He doesn't know if I'm going outside or inside. Okay, so what the stutter does is that when you're running this line, boom, okay, you stutter, what does he do? He stops his foot, stops his feet. When he stops his feet, as a non-athlete, you can restart faster than he can. Okay, and we'll watch the tape. Okay. All right, so are these guys, are the lines wide? Do they have a little bit of tilt? Right, they have some tilt. Okay. So we're looking at this guy out here, right? So 72, right? When he does this stutter inside, what does 72 do? He braces down. He's like, shit, this guy's gonna run right through me, right? He's gonna power me, right? Well, when he stops, okay, and this guy restarts, right? He can't start fast enough. He can't restart fast enough. That's how the stutter works, all right? So some width and some tilt, all right? Looking at 54 right here, right? He's got width and tilt, right? What is he threading here? What is he threading on 72? The inside, right? The inside. All right, now he works back outside, so he can start faster than this guy can restart. All right, stutter, stutter, stutter. All right, this dude right here. Right? Watch 71's feet. What do? They start to collect. You guys see that? They start to gather. Right? Just with that little stutter. All right, that little stutter. All right, breaks distance. All right, that's breaking. That's breaking at the ball. That's breaks distance. All right. This is a great example of a dip. This is a great example of a dip, right? Down. Okay. All right. So, all right. Chop dip. Chop dip. Chop dip. Okay. Now every move ends with every edge move ends with what? A dip, right? So you can work a 2 and dip. You can work a scissors and dip. All right. Any edge move right now. Long. What is long an edge move? Where do you end up going on a long? Inside, right? Long ends up being like a power counter, right? When we're talking about edge moves, right? Long 2, scissors, I dip, right? Now, all right. 2s, wide hands. Scissors, tight hands. All right. Long turners. Okay. Long 2, right? You know that you're going to get his hands right here. Okay. All right. Chop dip. Anyone know when the best time to chop hands are? Where's his hand?
Low hands.
Low hands. All right. Low hands, right? You wouldn't chop hands up here. Right, so why would a guy go into a pass rush thinking, hey, I'm going to work a chop against this guy if he's got high hands, right? So that goes back to having a plan, right? And knowing who you're going against, okay? And knowing this guy's tendencies, okay? So chop dip. All right, you want to dip and lean. All right, I think we're looking at Vaughn. Okay. Looking at Vaughn, right? He's gonna dip and he's running speed, man. He's running speed. All right, that's borderline long dip right there. Right, looking over here, right? You see he's chopping the low hands, right? What can he do? What can he do a little bit better? Dip, right? You saw that Raider guy. Where was his hand? Touching what? Touching the ground, right? You want to try and grab grass. That's what we say, grab grass. This is at Memphis. Okay, this is one of the guys that I coach, right? You see the jet lean, right? Okay, so this is. I'm not just a drill tape. I'm not just an NFL tape guy. Okay, and he's going what? 1, 2, 3. Okay, on that third step, right? And he's chopping, watch the dip. Where's it go? To the ground, right? That guy can't regain position. And what is that making him turn like? Like that Porsche. All right, like that Porsche. These guys like Porsches. Okay. Anyone know Barstool, right? Barstool. All right, so now we're working chop spin. All right, so we just talked about chop. All right, now I'm working the chop. I want to try and sell. Like I'm coming with this chop, all right, and I'm gonna plant off this outside foot. I'm a ice pick, and I'm gonna want to sit down on the bar. Sit down on the bar stool. All right, you guys know Dwight Freeney? Yeah. He was the spin master. So look at Dwight Freeney here. Now, all right, chop spins work as a speed counter. Okay, because you just work chop, All right, now, when you got speed, what does that guy's pads do? They're like way turn, right? All right, so this, you could put a long in here, okay, or chop spin. Some guys are more chop spin. All right, he's chop spin. All right, so he plants that outside foot, okay, and then he's going to take that outside foot and he's going to sit in this bar stool. What is he going to do with that other hand? Ice pick, right? Watch him ice pick. Okay. Now, why does this guy go flying? Why does he go flying? Because his pads were where? Turned. His pads were turned, right? So this is not a good position, not good technique. All right. You think that one's bad? Watch this one. All right. Watch 77. Okay. So here comes Dwight Freeney, right? He's coming like a freaking bull. all right? And he's like, I'm gonna run speed and I'm gonna chop, right? So here comes the chop, okay? That outside foot sticks, right? Watch, it's kind of like, you know, you're like a big man, like, you know, down low, right? You're like this, right? And when you drop step, boom, like you gotta gain ground. You gotta gain ground. All right, so watch him gain ground with that step, right? So what I'm talking about is that he's getting low. He's in that bar stool, and he wants to try and gain ground with this step. All right, and he comes with the ice pick. Okay, these tackles get paid in the NFL, by the way. So, all right, you guys see this right here? All right, this isn't like these are NFL players getting just thrown, okay? But it's because like, is this a good? Is that a good base for that tackle? No, right? His feet are crossed. He's high as hell, okay? All right, and so that's easy. That's easy, but why does this work? Because like you can't work a spin if you're not selling speed, right? They sit there and they collect it. You got to know when pass rush moves work. All right. I think the Cardinals like spin moves. All right, the Cardinals working a shit ton of spin moves. All right, yeah, the Cardinals, man. Look at this guy. You know what's crazy about this? It's like this is all 1 year. Like, you think these tackles knew this shit was coming? Okay, finally another thing. Here we go. All right, so, all right, 51 working the chop, right? You see he's kind of raising up the chop, like I'm gonna work speed, right? He plants that outside foot, right? Watch that outside foot where it ends up going. Does it gain ground? Yeah, it gains ground, right? If it doesn't gain ground, you're spinning in place. You're spinning in place, right? It gains ground. Boom. Gains ground, ice pick, high level rush. All right. All right, we're kind of coming up on time here. But I think do we have a Q&A right now? No. Andy? You know? Damn. All right. Well, that's all the pass rush coverage. What this gets into right now is going into like how we work in practice and stuff. But Andy, are we good?
We had a Q&A at 12:15.
At 1:15. Okay.
12:15 up to the second test.
Okay. Yeah. So after that one. If you want to go through some of this pass rush stuff. But the main thing, okay, it goes back to mindset. The mindset's got to change. You got to go in jet mode, right? Jet lean, jet split. Jet mode, jet lean, jet split. Okay? And then understanding what a tackle gives you based on his set. Okay? All right, thank you guys.